is Troy, my little angel. I'm his mother. Troy started having seizures at 13 months. But me being in denial, I didn't really understand what was going on until about 18 months. That's when the doctor who I was seeing at the time is not his doctor now, but she had written it out on a piece of paper and she never explained to me what was going on with Troy. She just wrote down that he had delayed development. And at that time, I didn't understand what delayed development meant because I was in denial. I knew I had this beautiful little boy that just couldn't walk, but she wanted me to go to the genetics doctor. And I was like, for what? Because I knew nothing was wrong with my little boy. So I went to the genetics doctor and the results came back that Troy was missing a chromosome. It really hurted to find out that you have a child that has special needs. I didn't get upset, I just dealt with it because I have to. I can't sit around here crying all day about my son being special. I have to keep being strong, keep working with him, keep doing the best that I can for him. And it's a learning thing. You're gonna have your ups and your downs, but you have to make the best of it. You have to, for your child.
Getting into university felt like a fresh start. I could forget about everything at home or everything in the past, I guess. I could just study and focus on my life goal, to become a cinematographer. I have the eye for it. And I do well in class and on film sets. Life outside of class was different. I guess I felt like I couldn't really talk to anyone. It was difficult with everything about myself. I didn't want to have to explain to people. So I just didn't end up getting super close with anyone. After 3 months, my roommate said to me,
"You know, Savannah, you should really let people in more. I feel like I barely knew you this semester."
As blunt as she was, I decided to take her advice and join the communications lab. I heard about Dr. Scarlatti. She has a reputation for being a character, but also for being passionate about helping people with rare diseases. Truthfully, I didn't know much about it beforehand. I took a chance. I loved it. It turns out she makes video natural histories, VNH for short, which are edited videos of individuals living with rare diseases. They help to see symptoms, behavioral patterns, and quality of life.
Hey, Susan, take him over there. Over here. Walk
So
over
far,
this way.
Dr. Scarlatti's lab had created video natural histories for individuals with Angelman syndrome, a genetic disorder. And I came on as the lab was planning on making VNHs for other rare diseases like MPS 1 and familial dysautonomia.
Every time I look at that video, it just makes me happy all over again.
I felt like I had an affinity with people like that, I guess. Dr. Scarlatti asked me to use my camera skills to help create VNHs. It made me feel really valued and appreciated. Patrick was our consulting geneticist. Tommy helped me produce the shoots at patients' homes where they felt most comfortable. And Elizabeth edited all the video together into video natural histories. Her twins, Nia and Kamaya, came by after school. Dr. Phillips always made sure to teach her twins about what the lab was working on.
Now I knew I had this beautiful little boy that just couldn't walk.
What happened? Why couldn't he walk?
T632 could not walk because he had Angelman syndrome, and he did not learn to walk until he was nearly 5 years old.
Why?
Well, let's see what his mom has to say.
So I went to the genetics doctor, and the results came back that Troy was missing a chromosome.
What's a chromosome?
Chromosome is made up of DNA and protein. Alteration in chromosome numbers or structure can result in disease. Angelman syndrome is basically a missing part of chromosome 15. That's called ataxia. It's like when a person walks, they walk with an off-balance gait.
So, Mama, is ataxia like you trying to walk on a balance beam for the first time?
Wow, I never thought of it that way.
What's the matter? Let's just get your teeth brushed. We're not gonna do a lot. Okay? Okay, all right, come on. Get some water. Get some water then.
Well, one thing for sure, he does not like to have his teeth brushed.
It was always like this. Every weekday afternoon, starting the second semester, as soon as class let out, I would run into the lab to work and collaborate with everyone in the lab.
Oh, hi, Patrick. Come on in.
I learned so much, like the day when I watched a young woman develop her walking skills over 24 years, all in a few minutes of video. Her name was Alex.
A child who's typically developing will learn to walk at around age 12 months or so. But a child with Angelman syndrome will learn to walk at 3 years or even older.
Here, oh, she wants to crawl. She'd rather crawl. Here she comes, Mom.
This is Alex at age 4, just learning to walk.
I'll let her walk, and you can see how she walks. See?
Here she is at 8, even walking faster and able to find places on her own, like this little pool. Here she is at 12, walking more independently or tentatively. Here she is again at age 28, can't go anywhere without the help of an aid.
Hey, that's my goddaughter you're talking about. In this footage, we will be seeing how Alex is walking with a harness. And what it accomplishes is it allows her to choose her own direction. As she's walking down the street, her dad is there walking behind her to support her in case she falls. You can see a beautiful timeline of Alex throughout her life.
There's Alex at birth. Going down the timeline, there's Alex at 2 years of age when she started having seizures. And then there's Alex at age 8, making unusual head and arm movements.
Our time in the lab was a lot like that. Organizing, discussing, and learning about the footage the lab had gathered over decades. The hours of video really allowed me to see what it looks like to live with specific rare diseases over the course of an entire life. The communications lab really helped me occupy my time I otherwise would have spent studying alone, but I still felt a distance from everyone at the lab. I felt like I couldn't make myself known. But working made me feel productive, at least. The lab was on track to start recording VNHs of rare diseases in 2 weeks. Until...
A budget has been cut drastically.
Yeah, that. The economic downturn really hit the university hard, and a bunch of school programs were cut down.
100 hours of writing and researching, 200 hours of proofing, 300 hours of nervous breakdowns. We worked so hard, and now most of the money has been cut.
Can we file a grievance? After all, we spent so many years on this project, starting in 1999. We have all this footage that's incredibly valuable.
I agree. Looking at the changes over time, all these changes, all these years, it gives you a complete picture. It's a whole system of video of natural histories, has references, those features. It's designed for researchers and their families. It can be done on a scale and grow vastly over time with new features added.
By how much were we cut back?
We have enough if no one wants benefits and to work more than a couple of months. There is no money for travel, per diems, materials, rentals, post-productions, video mixing.
Overnight, we became a research lab that couldn't afford to do research. Tommy said we needed some good publicity to draw outside funding, and we needed it quickly. He scheduled a meeting with an entrepreneurial publication called EE Hub.
We can't let anybody know about the budget cuts. How will we win their respect, especially EE Hub? They're going to want to know about our business plan and our product.
We don't have a product. What are we going to do?
Whatever we do needs a name.
Hi, Luis Vargas. I work for Emergent Entrepreneur Hub, also known as EE Hub. This is Maya.
Maya Rodriguez, photographer.
Oh, welcome, Lewis and Meyer. I'm Dr. Scarlatti. Please have a seat. This is my video natural history team.
Our newspaper, EE Hub, is always about business ventures growing out of university research. EE Hub stories are not just about entrepreneurs who are driven by money, but by value, by purpose. Although, sure does help to have some money, now doesn't it? Can't deny it.
So true.
Commercialization starts on day one of research.
That's right. Never too early to get the ball rolling.
Well, we are a long way from commercialization. It's
a product. It will be a product. It's fantastic. It's known as the C system.
The C system?
It's the name of the product. It rolls off your tongue. The C system.
Wow, the C system. That is impressive. Sounds like you guys given a lot of thought to commercialization, but what exactly is your product?
It includes videos on symptoms and possible treatments that categorizes depending on who you are and what you need.
A complete visual documentation system of a disorder and for a disease, and there will be other diseases that we will diagnose as well.
With a multi-purpose dashboard utilizing for clinicians and teachers and parents.
The only thing is, I guess I'm kind of in an unfamiliar territory here. I'm usually more involved in stories about clinical trials and technology and evidence-based approaches.
Louis, this is evidence-based. That's the whole point. It's the kind of evidence that's harder to see and measure, such as behavioral traits, without video. And I can see how this could have helped my family deal with my little brother, Evan.
And scientists can actually look at these videos to measure the progress of individuals with syndromes such as Angelman, to track their progress over time.
Listen, hands back, hands back. Get Alex. No, I want you to get Alex. Where's Alex? There it is. Good girl. It's Alex. Alex, get Apple. Apple, good girl. Here it is. Whoops, it was in the cup.
Have you heard of communication devices? Dr. Phillips, can you show the video of Ben, B986 from England at his school using a communication device?
Yes, I do have it.
Guess I'm not familiar with communication devices.
It's like Google Translate. If you can use Google Translate, you could use both devices.
Exactly. Yet, lots of families don't even know that devices like these exist.
And our video of these devices can show families how they operate and how they can assist them with helping their family members. Lewis, check this out here. Here's Ben, B986, actually using a communication device.
When are we going home? Going home after school. Yeah? To do some cooking. Well, we're gonna cook after break. You looking forward to that?
Hello.
Yeah, Luke as well.
Hello.
Who? Ella or Katie? Ella. Ella's going shopping today. Is that right, Ella?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. I'm doing some cooking with you. Okay? Okay. Right, Luke. The filmmakers, yeah. Yeah, they're there, yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's a mic. Speaking to. Yeah, like we're using music.
We are making a film this week.
Yeah, yeah.
Ben has no words, so he always needs to have a device programmed appropriately for him. Hypothetically speaking, what if he's on a train with his family and he wants something? He can't have that big clunky device with him, now can he?
They do have smaller portable devices.
Yes, and we will film someone recording on the smaller portable device like this one. Get me something to eat. Get me something to eat.
Great and wonderful and perfect. Googly Moog, she helped her dad. Thank you, Googly. You want more? Hey, I know. You know that's it. Okay, hold on.
What this video help us see is although people with instruments cannot respond with language, they can understand what people are saying. They can use sign language or technology to help them talk, such as programs like TapTalk.
Document the use of gestures and AAC talkers with video. My only reservation. If B986 has no words, well, what can really be done for him? Tommy, I just feel that I don't think it is such a good idea to get emotionally attached to people like B986. Why? Because you are going to extend your feelings for him to the idea that your technology will help scientists study him, and in the long run, develop cures to help him. That might be an overreach.
Wait. You do understand that we are recording how he communicates, his signs and gestures. You do understand he's communicating, right?
Yeah. Well, yes.
Imagine his life without signs and gestures. This device makes it flexible for him to communicate with others.
It's a cool device. It's what Ben needs. I get that. But when we look at Ben using the device, are we seeing what we want to see? What's really happening? I don't know, guys. Often in videos, you see what you want to see.
Louis,
Excuse
listen.
me. I gotta take this.
Listen.
Louis, wait. Thanks for spending time with us. I really appreciate it. We learned a lot.
Now what we gonna do?
All we needed was EE Hub's publicity to get funding. We were so close to taking on our most important work yet. We talked about the C system more after EE Hub left. Our team really liked it. The C system could be a video library database documenting the symptoms of rare diseases. It could display videos of individuals who live with any of the over 7,000 known rare diseases. The database could show both baseline and abnormal symptoms, as well as how those symptoms change over time. That would be an incredibly valuable and persuasive tool to see the video timeline of a whole life. Organizing our VNHs into a database could tangibly improve rare disease treatment and research.
Dr. Phillips.
Hey guys. I'd like to see the tape you described when Lewis and I were here earlier.
We'd be glad to show it to you. Have a seat right over here. Dr. Phillips, if you don't mind.
I first noticed that there was something wrong with her when she was probably about 3 months old, because she used to flap her arms, and she also had a laugh really like a much older person, and more like a cackle. She was very, very delayed with her motor. And also, she didn't develop speech. She had very poor concentration, but she has always been very sociable, sometimes antisocial, but she's always liked people and been full of smiles and has liked people taking notice of her.
Many of the families of children and adults with Angelman syndrome say that the children and adults seem to understand language even if they can't speak. Although they have poor expressive language, they have excellent receptive language.
Oriel's receptive language skills are just amazing. She can express in gestures what her mother is actually saying to her and be very responsive.
Even though she can't speak, it's as if she's in a play, acting out a role.
If Oriel feels that people are unhappy, she looks sad herself and starts to make a crying sign. Sometimes she will go up and give them a hug.
It defies our assumptions of how much people who have Angelman and other disorders really understands. Assumptions are the enemies of understanding.
I think I understand your project. I have a little brother with special needs. I know what families go through. I always knew my little brother understood what we were saying, and people would say things around him that they wouldn't have wanted him to hear. He was right there. He heard everything. I know Lewis is gonna want to see this one. Listen, guys, don't give up on Lewis and EE Hub. He's a good person. He's just a little too focused on business planning. Sometimes he needs encouragement to look at things a little more openly. Give me some time to talk to him.
Oh boy, we have to get his EE up story.
We got plenty to do no matter what happens. So let's get started and do what we can.
Girls, come here. I'm gonna teach you my camera. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Okay. Well, now, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take turns looking into the camera, okay?
Okay.
All right. Yes, step right up. Perfect. Yes, looking through the viewfinder and pressing the on button. All right. Kamaya, you stay by the camera. And now, what you're gonna do is, you're gonna look through the viewfinder. You're gonna make sure you can see me. And then, when you're sure I'm ready, say rolling and press the on button. And then, when you are sure you have me framed, say action, and I'll start. Got that?
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you're gonna hold the mic. Come on. So, what you wanna do is you wanna hold it like this. Not by the mic or else it's gonna make sound, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Rolling. Action.
77 years ago, this nation was founded by our fathers and mothers on the idea that all women and men are created equal. Cut.
Hi, Tommy. Maya has convinced me to come back and see more before deciding about the story.
Well, we're glad you came back, Lewis, because what we'd like to do is tell you about Casey and our 1999 Angelman Syndrome project. Elizabeth, could you please start the video for us? Thank you. In 1999, we filmed Casey, who has Angelman syndrome. Cheerful, greeting everyone, and always in the mood to walk around. In 2000, Casey's mom called us to say that Casey started having severe seizures, which can happen in patients with Angelman syndrome.
I'll help you with your coat. She'll go down. All right.
The seizures interfered with Casey's fine and gross motor skills. Casey could no longer eat independently, nor could she walk around greeting others as she loved to do. Casey's mom had recently started seeing a different neurologist who had only seen Casey after her severe seizures had begun. The new doctor hadn't seen other patients with Angelman, and he thought the seizures were an inevitable and untreatable part of their lives. We sent Casey's mom the video we had shot 2 years earlier, when she was in better health. Her mom showed the doctor how strong and coordinated Casey had been beforehand. The doctor then realized it was possible to treat her seizure symptoms to help her walk independently again. So basically, tape helped? Yes, it was the video that opened his eyes.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it really is fantastic.
Can we come in?
Please do. I see you liked our video.
Yeah, it's great.
I am Dr. Scarlatti, and this is Dr. Phillips. This is the Video Natural History Project, and we're working out of the Communications Lab.
Oh, I see. Goal to create video natural histories for all 7,000 plus rare diseases. For real?
Yeah, we posted it as a guidance what we want to accomplish in the future.
Looking at the list of over 7,000 rare disorders can be quite humbling. But can you imagine if the dream of documenting all of them came true?
Sam and I are here to do interviews about our work in rare diseases.
Give me 2 minutes. Let me get my camera.
Okay, Savannah, that'll be great.
So, I'm Maddie, and I have a condition called primary immunodeficiency disease, which essentially means that part of my immune system doesn't function properly, which makes me a lot more susceptible to different infections and stuff like that. And it's been a really tough road. When I was first trying to be diagnosed, it took me a really long time because doctors don't know much about it and they didn't understand the symptoms. I remember actually one doctor even told me I was making everything up.
No, that's awful. How could a doctor say that to you?
Yeah, he said I wanted to be dramatic and have a more exciting life or something.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was really depressed. I internalized a lot of it, and I was so weighed down by all of these infections and things I had going on. It was really tough, but Sam, you should tell him about FD.
Okay, well, FD is a really, really rare Jewish genetic disorder that only 300 people in the world have, and it affects your digestion, temperature, production of tears, and a whole bunch of other things.
So Sam, how do you manage your symptoms?
Oh, it's not easy. I can only eat by mouth a couple of times a week, and the rest of the time I have to have food and fluids through a tube in my stomach. But at least I get to have margarita pizza a couple times a week, which is very, very delicious.
Now I'm getting hungry.
An alarm goes off my phone every hour and I make a wish. I honestly can't remember who taught it to me, but most of my wishes involve eating, like eating and drinking, because that's what I miss most. And I don't remember who taught it to me, but it's just fun.
Well, Sam and Maddie, what are you two describe? How both you two doing right now?
Well, it took a long time, and with a lot of support from my family and friends like Sam, I think we're in a better place now.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I like to hang out with my friends and watch old musicals.
Yeah, after a lot of setbacks, I'm finally on the right treatment plan and learning how to balance my life decisions and my infection rate. But overall, like I said, I think we're really doing better.
What would you say is the hardest part of all this?
When people don't believe you, when they think you're making it all up, that's the hardest part.
They don't believe you? That's just wrong.
It's so wrong. It's the patients and the families and the caregivers that are on the front lines. They have experience with the day-to-day symptoms. They know what works best and what doesn't. They need more respect.
Yeah.
Savannah, it sounds like you have direct experience with this.
No, I just read a lot.
Cut. Stop. Maddie, Sam, that was great. But wouldn't you guys rather have some more privacy?
Nah, I'm kind of over privacy. I'm into sharing.
Same here. I like to tell people about FD even though it's annoying, but I'm totally used to it.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And maybe if more people understood, we'd have more time to live our lives instead of just explaining.
Yeah, totally agree.
Maddie saw right through me. Maybe it was obvious. How could she be so open and vulnerable with complete strangers? I don't want to think about it. Well, maybe it's time to take my roommate's advice.
Hey, can we help you?
Sure.
Yeah, can we help?
Come, give me a hand. Remember, don't forget to press the red button before you say rolling. And make sure you have me framed before you say action. All right.
Rolling.
Good. Well, in line with the themes of this lab, I have not been completely honest with you all. I have sickle cell disease. The normal red blood cell is round and it travels through the vessels carrying oxygen to the rest of the body. People who have SCD have C-shaped cells, which are hard and sticky, and sometimes they get clogged while traveling through the vessels, and that causes pain and infection. When I was 3, I was taking a lot of pills and getting a lot of IVs and medicine. I could stay in the hospital for over a month. Pain and fevers, and never see the other side of a sickle cell crisis. My brother passed away from this disease. I was 5. And he was 6 when it happened. I'm okay. I'm sorry I did not tell you guys about this sooner. Seeing Maddie the other day share her story helped me realize that I have to be upfront about my disorder. I have to share my story about sickle cell to help other people. I'll do research and interviews, and I'll do whatever I can to help the study of rare diseases and disorders. I'll do my part.
This is amazing. I didn't know this about you. So, sickle cell disease. Can you tell me more about it?
Yeah. Dr. Scarlatti, I think EE Hub can help. Is it okay if we record an interview with you and put it on our website? It would really make a good story.
So what do you think, Dr. Scarlatti? Come on, can we do the story?
I have an idea. Maybe you and your excellent team could actually do the impossible and start documenting those 7,000 plus rare diseases. I mean, hearing about your Video Natural Histories project really got me thinking. What if we had documentary clips, stories? So many questions would be answered, and maybe people like me wouldn't have to wait so long for a diagnosis. But I mean, there's more than 7,000. There's more rare diseases being discovered each day. How would we be able to document all of them?
Well, they mapped the whole genome.
Yeah, but how much did that cost?
$2.7 billion in 1991 dollars. I had that on a test recently.
You know what? EE Hub would be the perfect venue to document our story. I like this idea that we've been talking about. Even to consider documenting every rare disorder. You have been so upbeat about the process. You kind of let me think that it might be done.
We can put out a call on our website and on our newspaper for people with rare disorders.
But wait a minute. Where do we actually get the best coverage, the best footage of our participants?
At home? Schools?
That's where your travel comes in.
You've got all these locations right here. People live in dorms, they have jobs, they go to the gym, they join clubs. It's a new home, and they originate from all over the US.
Louis and Maya, do you think your coverage of our lab could help us begin a recruitment initiative right here on campus?
Sure. I bet there are plenty of candidates with real diseases that would be right here on the grounds of the university.
That will be less travel expenses.
Exactly.
And I have a big network, come to think of it. I gotta reach out to Shira Strongen. She's the founder of Sick Chicks, and she'll definitely be interested.
Wait, I know someone living on the 6th floor of my dorm. I could text them.
Whoa, hold on guys. I remembered someone else, and I'm checking my contact list.
The guy who picks me up in the van, he has a son with a rare disease. I think I'm gonna talk to him.
I happen to have friends with FD, and they're very supportive about it, and I'm sure that then they would love to sign up.
Hold on, I never realized, but our TA has a little boy with an ultra-rare disorder. It's called MPS3C, and he's a statistics nut. That could be good.
Wow, amazing.
I got someone else, and he knows 2 other people, and a girl in his Southeast Asia poli-sci class.
Oh, wow. Guy from this restaurant is interested.
I got a message from Shira. Hold on.
Hey y'all, greetings from sunny Southern California. I'm the founder of Sick Chicks, an organization dedicated to uniting and empowering women with varying illnesses and disabilities. And we love what you're doing with the Natural Video History Project. It will bring a whole new energy to the study of rare diseases. And yes, documenting all 7,000 plus rare diseases and counting is vital. I mean, some diseases don't even have a name yet, like mine. I've been living undiagnosed for years, and you can imagine how hard it is to plan for a future when you have no prognosis. We have the technology and have the scientific experts to change this for myself and other patients. So let's get the word out.
Yay, Shira, yay. Go, girl.
We also have the timeline format that Dr. Scarlatti and I worked on.
This can be the prototype for all of them.
This will give people the power of watching people with different diseases over many years.
Yeah, no matter their disorder.
We will do that for everyone. Create a video, Natural Histories.
I get it. Instead of completing one database at the same time, you go after them all. This is a much better business model.
It's a different criteria. You recruit anyone with any type of rare disease.
Yes, that would be the goal. Any rare diseases.
What if we all work as a team? While you guys create the Video Natural Histories, the reporters on our team can work on research and text writing and outreach.
How about setting up ways people could submit video clips, records, texts, all of that?
We need to show how important it is for people with rare diseases to be seen and be heard.
What if creating stories of people's lives, video of natural histories of their lives can be documented to follow individuals with these rare diseases and disorders?
What if we knew more about the early warning signs of these diseases in children and could help parents and families find the right therapies at optimal ages? My parents really struggled to find the path to take for my little brother. And when they finally found the therapists and teachers and programs, he was so much happier.
What if I had the software to create a video log of my story? Late at night, early in the morning, on train trips, I could show a new doctor how my symptoms really affect me, and maybe they would understand more about my condition. Living with primary immunodeficiency is challenging, and not everybody understands what I go through all of the time. But if doctors have the ability to have a holistic view of a patient, the high points and the low, it might make things a lot easier.
I like this. I like where we're going with this.
Participate in the video natural history study. Do you have a rare disease? Our lab is planning a video natural history study created with cutting-edge video and interactive digital technology.
With EE Hub publishing our story, we got our funding, and we recruited a group of wonderful, diverse individuals, and I'm one of them. And I'm taking Maddie's advice and starting a journal about my symptoms. Maybe information about my own life can help others like me. It's all thanks to my peers, my friends at the V&H lab.
Hey.
To think this all might not have happened without a rude roommate. My truth is finally out there in the world. I am a sickle cell warrior. Now I feel like people can know and accept me for who I really am, disease and all. Now the real work begins. Time to make history. Video natural histories for over 7,000 rare diseases. And we all get to tell our own stories.
This is Troy, my little angel. I'm his mother. My name is Tanika, and this is Troy, my angel man. Troy is 26 years old, and he has angel man syndrome. Troy is a big part of our life. We are so passionate about Troy and taking care of him. We don't treat Troy like he's special. We care for him like he's special. As a family, we are so passionate about just taking care of Troy and just loving Troy. We have a big family. We love to love.
Troy had grown up from a little boy to a strong but gentle young man. After we reconnected with Tamika and her family, we invited Troy's grandmother, Beverly, and Troy's brother, Trent, to speak with us about their angel man.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Beverly, and I am Trent and Troy's grandmother. Troy is our Angelman syndrome child, and Troy is 26 years old. During that time, he has been to many schools. One of the principals was our advocate for Troy. So from there, he went to one of the best schools in the country, and we were so proud. Then my daughter had Trent. He has helped his mother. He helps with Troy. And Trent, why don't you tell us exactly about your brother?
He's got Angelman syndrome, and he cannot talk, but he can understand everything that you say.
What does Troy like to do?
Play video games.
And does he move the little, what do you call it?
Controller.
The controller.
Yes.
He does?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. And what else does Troy like to do?
He likes to play with his boombox.
That's right. And he likes it loud, don't he?
Yes.
And he likes the music because he danced, right?
Yes.
We're happy. We're very happy with his progress.
Thank you so much for sharing
That is
Troy
so
with us.
Thank you. Thank you. And Tamika, thanks you also.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. What a gentleman.
We are the